What is up, YouTube? All right, so point of tonight's video is to just give you a quick rundown on what I found tonight. So the guy that had this, like I said in the previous videos, he had kill switch issues, so spark, no spark. And then when he had it, he told me that apparently these guys, the AirPods that I built, so like carbs go on the back on the other side, your AirPods go on, and apparently these rub through onto the jack shaft right in there. So there's a couple of rub marks, right? So something was rubbing on there for sure. I'm not saying they're like, I just don't think they knew exactly what was happening 100%. So yeah, something was rubbing on there, but it was in fact the carb bowl right there. So right on the bottom there, you see a rub mark, and right there. Anyways, so the carb was right up against that jack shaft. They weren't even in the bottom of the intake boots. The intake boots were screwed. So the guy that I originally traded this for towards the CR500, I told him that these carb boots need to be changed. It's like, so the weight of the carbs, because they're dual Mikuni racks, I needed the specific carb boot. So you see how it comes. I'll just grab a new one because it's not, no, I have them on the bench. It's fine. So you see how it comes out on an angle like that, shifts this way. That's to clear against the Mikuni rack carbs against the steering stem, because it's very tight. So it just clears with those boots on, but with these boots and the Mikuni rack carbs, it put weight on them, and you can actually see right in here, like it's cracking bad. But you can see the shape of this carb boot. They didn't even have it on there right. They're all cracked. So the bottom of the carbs that go on this part, they weren't even attached. So yeah, so not a big deal. Like, I'm not offended. Yeah, the reeds are mint that I put in. I put brand new reeds in. So E-Force 3s, yeah. Pedals are all in good shape, tickety-boo. The carbs are fine. I'm going to pull them apart and clean them. I'm going to set up the throttle cable a little bit better. These, I'm probably going to get rid of those and just build an airbox while I'm here, or just build a bracket to hold those up off and away from the jack shaft. Not a big deal. It's it's modifying, guys. It's really not that hard to do. Just a little bit of creativity. But yeah, I have two sets of these. So there's the old one, right? You can see it's just, they're all cracked. Guys, check for these. Check for these carb boots. They crack, right? Here, you can see they're all cracked. Now, it could just be the brand that I'm getting. I might need to get a different brand. Like, yeah. Did I see cracking on the inside? No, that's just cast markings. But I drilled a hole to go through. It's kind of hard to see right there. I drilled holes so that I could run my... Because if you look from here, there's nothing through there. It's just blocked, right? There's no port in there. So you have to drill the holes on the top if you're running your SLP or whatever brand air boost bottle. And I'm running the SLP. I've got two of these. I love these things. Yeah, so I have two of these. I have two sets of car boots. I'm not really worried about it. They're like 60-70 bucks for the boots. Yeah, there's my fuel pump, brand new fuel pump I put in. I'm going to be putting a different primer system in here. There's the engine torque plate that I made. You can see I made two of them together. That's the only thing you have to fabricate on this. I went and made a Y-pipe out of, you can see there's two single flanges, the big rings around. Well, that's for twin pipes. So I took those. I think that's an 03 edge Y-pipe, and I welded them on. Well, I got my brother-in-law to help me, so he actually did the welding. And then there's little pinholes that he never fabbed up. Again, I told the guy that I traded this towards, that needs to be done. The carb boots need to be replaced because I just did them last season, but then they sat outside and the weight of the carbs and everything, and I told him. So yeah, the guy that had this before me, what I'm seeing what happened was that he jumped it and the carbs fell off, and then I don't know, I think this is what we put on them, but I can't remember. I actually have pictures of what we put on there. I can't remember if it was this stuff. At any rate, yeah, he jumped it, those AirPods and the carbs fell off. They pulled them off and put them back on. But at the bottom, like I said, at the bottom of the intake right there, the carbs are like way out and the bowls are rubbing on the jack shaft. So guys, gals, let this be a lesson. Always check your carb boots every season. Just take a light. You can look right here and see and like press down on them and just have a quick look. So yeah, next I'll check the compression. I'll probably make a little video on that, what it's at. I'm going to pull the carbs apart. You guys have seen carburetors rebuilt. It's all over YouTube. I don't need to do that to bore you guys with that. I'm honestly just going to pull the bowls, and if they look clean, I'm just going to give them a quick blue blowout. Check the jet size. The pilot should be fine. And then, yeah, like the sled was running great. Like I fired it up and it ran great at idle, but it wasn't running optimal. And you could tell one cylinder was cutting out. And this side, this is the side that I was sure the PTO side was not running optimal. I was almost positive of it. Because when the sled started and it like revved like crazy, I just pulled this one and the sled died. That's because that air intake boot, this side was on. That side was not. This side was barely on, but that side was not even on the bottom. Like I said, it was like, dude, like that. So yeah, so I'm going to steal the kill switch off my other Dragon chassis that was in here. I'll put on the new carb boots, the reeds back in. The gaskets are in good shape, so I'm just going to reuse the gaskets. Yeah. And now I've got parts for this thing. I've got 2 voltage regulators. I've got, like I said, I went and got another. I've got a stator here. I've got a stator in here and a magnet. And then I got an actual... It is an actual, trying to find it on there. Oh, you can take that part number. I took that part number and Googled it. And yeah, it's a 700 reverse CDI. So actually look at it beside this guy. And they're identical. It just doesn't say DET. It doesn't have the sensor on there. The detonation elimination technology. But yeah, I am pretty excited about this. So long adventure it's been to get the sled back and go through it, but I've got parts. So I've got another secondary kicking around. I've got another primary. I've got 2 other motors. I've got another set of carburetors. So I'm going to keep the sled going forever. Got another brand new gauge sitting in there. Thank you, Dale. Yeah, so there's all that. And yeah, I was going to show you guys something else, but I don't think I quite have it ready. So I'll just wait till one of the other next videos. But anyways, I'm going to cut her off here for tonight, guys. I'm just going to pull the carb bowls off tonight, see what they look like. Oh yeah, can't forget my choke. Oh yeah, that's on the carbs. I'll just leave it right there. My little choke nut. Yeah, I'll do a quick clean on the carbs tonight, and we'll assess. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a new primer, so I'm gonna pull this piece of crap off. I'm gonna get new lines for the primer. They're all hard and that good stuff, right? So yeah. I do have a primer system on here. It's kind of interesting. Goes through. This is your in. So this will go from the fuel line, and this will go out to the carburetors. This pink one. And I actually think they might have it hooked up backwards, but I'm not running that pull style. I hate that style. I like the button style. That's what I'm putting on. So yeah, because this would be, yeah, no drilling in the tank required. If you watch one of my old YouTube videos, you do not have to drill into these tanks. You just take out, I think it's a bypass spring or something in the top of the fuel pump. You pull it out, put the screw back in, and it pulls fuel out from the fuel pump that goes from the pickup line in your tank. So I just plugged this. There's an in and out on this. So yeah, pretty cool. There's actually your factory wiring. So there actually used to be a long line on here. I think we might have actually pulled it off. I can't remember, but I swear there was a real long line on here, and we just like left it wrapped under here. I think it was like, we had something in here for it, but yeah. So stay tuned, guys. I'll keep you posted. I'm just trying to think of what I'm going to do next to it. Yeah. I don't have much to do, just service, make sure it runs right with the belt off. And if I'm getting full RPMs and stuff, I'm just going to send it, put a new primer system on it, put the other kill switch, clean the carbs, put the boots on, and then, yeah. So next couple videos, you'll see me riding this, test riding it. I'll get my tripod out and see how it goes. Yeah, I want two working kill switches on here before I do anything else. Lots of time and money into the sled. All right, guys, if you haven't already, please consider to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, thanks for all the views, and thanks for all the subs so far, and the likes, and come along with the venture with me, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, catch you in the next one.